A few days ago I started to figure out how to use HDR stuff and how to create some real footage HDRIs with my own camera and yeah, create some of my own light scenes and yeah, how to light up the scene only with a HDRI and get some realistic lighting. In this research I found out that I also can do something like light maps, texture images for my area lights or something like this. And today I'm gonna show you how to create some of these and how to use it in Cinema 4D and yeah, how to capture something like this. So I started with some pictures that I created. For stuff like this, it's important that you create some pictures of your object or your environment. In this case, of an object, like my little softbox that I use to light myself here into my room for my setup. It's a little small like LED light. I just placed like a rake angle and yeah, I just created a few pictures of that. For stuff like this, it's important that you go for different exposure levels, and in my case I used a Canon camera and I can use Canon RAW. If you don't can do that, you could also go for different exposure levels on your camera, and sometimes you can go for the in your images you can go for something like the properties of the image, and you can also read which settings the camera is using. This is also working, but you need to put it in manually. I can show you how to use that. So if you want to do something like this, you need Photoshop and obviously your 3D program of your choice. So in the first case, we have a good camera. I don't know, I paid 400 euros for this camera and it's years ago, I don't know. So you could use any camera that could capture RAW. And for this, you need to go to data, automatically, I don't know, it's German in my case, and go for HDR Pro. Then you get this window opened and go for search and import your files. Press OK. If you have camera raw, you don't need to put in your sensor data manually. You could just go for something like this and import it, and it needs to calculate a little bit. And then you get this one. And as you can see, if you drag the slider from the left to the right, it works perfectly. You see you have a 22-bit channel image. HDR file is file that you have more data instead of 16-bit or 8-bit. It means that you have many exposure levels, and you can drag it down or up and get the whole like color information or light information. I can show you that with a little example. As you can see, if we import instead of the HDR again just an image of this one. So this is one of the images. As you can see, it's blurred out and the colors are really weird. And if you go to something like exposure, and as you can see, it works not that fine instead of this one. As you can see, it's working really good, and you can see all the detail inside of the picture. This is the normal image and this is the HDR. In the raw image, in camera raw, you have also a good depth of your and information of your colors, but it's not that deep. And if you go in the exposure a little bit more higher, as you can see, you have some weird noise and everything. It doesn't work that well, and yeah, you don't get this information. But sometimes, as you can see, I have this problem that I have some weird artifacts in here. I can show you how that problem was created. I can show you that really quick. As you can see, I have this artifacts in here, and when I disable one of the pictures, as you can see, you have this weird artifacts because my camera was too much jiggling. Now it's working, but you don't have this deepness into the image. That's why I have this little problems. So I think it's working totally fine, and I don't care much about that, but this is a thing that you need to know if you want to do something like this. This is how it works with with a raw file. And if you have just a, I don't know, phone or something, and your phone captures your sensor data, or you have a camera that captures the sensor data, but you can't really use something like a raw format, you could also go for the PNGs. And as you can see, we have different exposure levels, and I captured this with a 360 camera, and I need to unwrap it first, this like images, and this is the image that I get out of the camera. And as you can see, it's like a Samsung Gear 360 camera, and it also gives me this information. But if I import these pictures as HDRI, and after that, this is the problem that I told you, we got this one. So we need to go manually to the exposure steps. So first we go to the first picture. I go for right click, properties, details, and I see the exposure and everything. So this is 2. I put it to my second monitor, I think you get it. So this is 2, this is 1000, and the ISO is 100. So as you can see, I put all of this in it, and we got some values in here. So we press OK, and as you can see, we got a HDR image of the scene. And I can show you again how good it is and how it works and why you should go for this workflow. If we go to something like lighting, as you can see, we have more deepness in it. If we go to the mid-range picture and we make it lower, the whole image, everything is going to be dark, and in this one only the light parts or the brighter parts are still be brighter than the rest of the image. In this case, only the brighter parts get lighter. In this case, the HDR is not that good. I had a little bit of troubles with low light scenes and scenes like this, but for other HDRIs that I show you in another video that I want to do, like for HDRIs, they're really better, and yeah, you can use it for lighting up your image. I can show you that in Cinema 4D how to use it and why you should use it. As you can see, we go for area light. I created the area light. I already imported it to my library from greyscalegorilla. So if I go into here and go for a texture image or image texture and put it into here, now we have my light image in here. This is the HDRI stuff. HDR stuff. It's not the HDRI, it's HDR. So it's just 32-bit image, not the environment image. So we need to make it like the size of the image. It doesn't matter, it's just like a little bit. And as you can see, you have this image, and if you turn it down, it works like this. So you have a full texture that is working fine, and you can use it as a light. So if you have like a light that is a little bit darker or brighter, you can use it perfectly. Why you should do that instead of just dragging in the JPEG, we go for the mid-range picture. So it's looking like this, and if we just go for not the EXR picture, as you can see, you have this weird thing and you don't have this depth in it, and you have the half of the environment in it, but it doesn't matter that much. As you can see, it don't work that well, and it just darks the complete image instead of just the light. And this is why you should use EXR. This is also a reason why you should export your images, your renders in EXR file with 32-bit depth in it, because you can grade your lights. I told it already in another video, but you could export your light passes and just drag it down or make it brighter without getting artifacts or problems like this one. So here you get a little bit of example how to or why you use something like this, yeah, light maps. and how, in a case, how to use it and why you should do that. As you can see, we have some reflections in here going on that is looking better than just having an area light that lights like just like a rectangle. We have a little bit of a texture in here, and you can make it brighter and get more of these reflections and brighter reflections also in here. And this is why you use these light maps and why I created, just to get some nice reflections for my lights and everything. And with the power of HDR, you can just make it brighter and have having a lot of detail in it. And this is how to use it and why you should use it. And yeah, as you can see, this is the light path of that one, and I did the second one in the background with other light. And I guess this one is also my softbox light that I created, and it's not just like a rectangle, it had more detail in it, and you get a little nice looking detailed picture. And this is why and how you use it. As you can see, this is my texture, it's working really fine. And yeah, this is how to use it. And yeah, this is a little kind of other video that I did. It's like more a technical video, how I explain it, how to create something and how it works and why you should use it. And I hope you like it, and I hope you learn something new. And yeah, I see you in the next video. Goodbye.